Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Learn Mathematics. This is your maths teacher, Rekha Chabra. Students, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel on YouTube. And don't forget to post comment after watching the complete video. So today we are going to start with chapter number 5, Continuity and Differentiability, in which we will learn two basic topics, continuity of functions and algebra of continuous functions. Then we will discuss few questions of exercise 5.1 as well. Students, calculus plays very important role in class 12th. Every year you get 35 marks of calculus in your examination. There are in total 5 chapters, chapter number 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So today we are going to start with first chapter of calculus, which is continuity and differentiability. So let's start. Few important points. A real valued function fx is continue at a point a in its domain if limit x tends to a, fx equal to fa. More elaborately, we can say that left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the value of function at that point. If the function fx is not continue at a point a in its domain, so we call it as discontinue function, and that point is called the point of discontinuity. If we talk about continuity in an interval, then fx is said to be continue in open interval if it is continue at every point in this interval. If we talk about closed interval, then fx is continue in open interval. Second, limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to fa. And third, limit x tends to b minus fx equal to fb. Some difference product and quotient of continuous functions are also continue. If we have to check continuity at a given point, let's say this function 2x plus 3, we have to check at x equal to 1. So what we have to do, if limit x tends to 1 fx equal to f1, then we can say the function is continue. So when we apply the limit here, the value is 5. If we find the value of function at 1, then also value is 5. So it means the function is continue. Now algebra of continue function. First theorem says, as we just discussed, suppose f and g be two real functions continue at a real number c. Then addition, subtraction, multiplication and division is also continue at that same point. Theorem 2 says if f and g are real valued functions such that fog is defined at c, if g is continue at c and if f is continue at gc, then fog is continue at that same point c. Let's discuss few questions of 5.1. Question number 1. Prove that this function 5x minus 3 is continue at 0, minus 3 and 5. Let's check the value of function at 0. It is minus 3, and when we apply limit x tends to 0 fx in this function, then also value is minus 3. So we can say that function is continue at 0. Same way you can find the value at minus 3 and 5. Question number 3, here we have to check the continuity of these functions. Let's take C part, fx equal to x square minus 25 upon x plus 5, where x is not equal to minus 5. Why? Because if we take x equal to minus 5, so the function will be in this form 0 by 0, which is indeterminate form. So let's check the continuity at a point C. Limit x tends to c fx should be equal to fc. Now let's check left hand side and right hand side. We are getting the same values, c minus 5. It means the function is definitely continue for all real numbers except minus 5. Let's take D part. Here fx is equal to mod of x minus 5. First of all, let's define this function. X minus 5, when x minus 5 is greater than equal to 0. I hope you all know how we define modulus functions. And negative of this thing when x minus 5 is less than 0. Right? Or in other words, we can write down as x minus 5 when x is greater than equal to 5 after simplifying this thing, or negative of this thing when x is less than 5. So basically here we have to talk about 3 points. When x is equal to 5, less than 5 or greater than 5. Let's take case 1 when x is equal to 5. Left hand limit should be equal to right hand limit should be equal to the value of function. So left hand limit we are getting 0, at right hand limit also we are getting 0, and if we take 5. So 5 minus 5, that is again 0. So definitely function is continue at x equal to 5. When we take x less than 5, so it is negative of x minus 5, which is a polynomial function, and students, polynomial functions are always continue. Case 3, when x is greater than 5, so the value of function is x minus 5. Since this is polynomial function again, so it is continue. It means the function is continue at x belongs to R. 7. Find the points of discontinuity of this function. Function is defined like this. We have to check at 5 points. First point, when x is less than minus 3, when x is equal to minus 3. Third case, when x lies in this interval. Fourth case, when x is equal to 3. And fifth case, when x is greater than 3. So let's talk about one by one all the cases. Case 1, when x is less than minus 3. When x is less than minus 3, so the value of function is mod of x plus 3. Definitely when x is less than 3, so x is negative. So when x is negative, so fx will be equal to minus x plus 3. Again, it is a polynomial function, so continue. Let's talk about x is equal to 3. When x is equal to 3, so let's check at left hand limit, then right hand limit, and the value of function. All are coming as 6. It means function is continue at x equal to minus 3. Third case, let's check in this interval, the value of function is minus 2x. Again, a polynomial function will be definitely continue. Case 4, when x is equal to 3. So let's check left hand limit, right hand limit, minus 6 and 20. Function is discontinue. Case 5, when x is greater than 3, the value of function is 6x plus 2. Polynomial function definitely continue. So the only problem was x equal to 3. So f is continue at all real numbers except 3. Now 17, find the relationship between a and b. So the function f is defined by this is continue at x equal to 3. So it is given that the function is continue at x equal to 3. When it is continue at x equal to 3, so definitely left hand limit, right hand limit, and f3 should be equal. Let's talk about left hand limit. It is coming as 3a plus 1. Right hand limit, it is coming as 3b plus 3. So both the values should be equal to the value of function at 3. This is again 3a plus 1. So 3a plus 1 should be equal to 3b plus 3 should be equal to 3a plus 1. Two values are already equal. It should be equal to 3b plus 3 as well. So after solving, we are getting a is equal to b plus 2 by 3. So for any value of b, we can find the value of a. Question number 18, for what value of lambda is the function defined by this continue at x equal to 0? And what about the continuity at x equal to 1? So if the function is continue at x equal to 0, so same concept, left hand limit should be equal to right hand limit should be equal to the value of function at 0. So left hand limit is what? Lambda x square minus 2x. Right hand limit is 4x plus 1. And the value of function at 0 is this lambda in the bracket x square minus 2x, where x is 0 now. So we are getting 0 equal to 1 equal to 0, which is not possible. So there is no value of lambda for which f is continue at x equal to 0. Now if we talk about x equal to 1, so f1 is 5, and when we apply the limit, then also value is 5. So the value of lambda does not matter here. Therefore for any value of lambda, f is continue at x equal to 1. 24th question, we have to check whether this function is continue or not. So the given function is this. Let's talk about any real number c. We'll check the continuity at c. Case 1, when c is not equal to 0. So the value of function is x square sine 1 by x. Now let's apply the limit x tends to c. It will be c square sine 1 by c, which is same as fc. So yes, f is continue at all points when x is not equal to 0. Now let's talk about second case, when x equal to 0, so the value of function is 0. If c equal to 0, then f0 is 0. Now let's talk about left hand limit. Limit x tends to 0 minus fx is definitely when x is not equal to 0, means when we apply the limit, left hand limit, x tends to 0 minus, so the value of function changes to this, x square sine 1 by x is equal to this thing. Now we know that the value of sine lies between minus 1 to 1. Here what are we doing? We are multiplying with minus x on all the sides and we are applying limit x tends to 0. So it will be 0 less than equal to limit x tends to 0, x square sine 1 by x limit less than equal to 0. Now it is greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 0, so we can say it is definitely equal to 0. And what is this? This is fx only. Same way we can talk about right hand limit. This will also be equal to 0 and the value of function at 0 is also 0. So again this function is continue at x equal to 0. Question number 26, same way. Find the value of k so that the function f is continue at the indicated point. What is the indicated point? X equal to pi by 2. So we have to check left hand limit, right hand limit and the value of function at pi by 2. When we check left hand limit, so we change the limit, limit h tends to 0, f of pi by 2 minus h. So now put the value of function. The value of function is k cos x. What is x? X is this now. Pi by 2 minus h upon pi minus 2x. Pi minus 2 in the bracket pi by 2 minus h. When we open the bracket, k cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. And in the denominator also when we will open, we'll get this. After that, k and 2. K by 2 is constant. We can take it outside the limit and limit h tends to 0, sin h upon h is 1. This is one of the formula you have studied in 11th class. So the value is k by 2. Same way we will calculate right hand limit. Here also we'll get the value of right hand limit as k by 2. Now let's check the value of function at pi by 2. It is 3. They all should be equal. So k by 2 should be equal to 3. So definitely k should be equal to 6. Now 30th question, find the values of a and b such that the function defined is continue function. Here since fx is continue, it will be continuous for all the values of at x equal to 2. Okay, so first of all let's talk about x equal to 2. Left hand limit, right hand limit and the value of function should be equal. So here left hand limit, let's calculate. We are getting 5. Right hand limit, we are getting 2a plus b. They both should be equal. 2a plus b should be equal to 5. Now let's talk about another point, which is 10. So f is continue at x equal to 10. So same way left hand limit, right hand limit and the value of function at 10 should be equal. From here we are getting the another equation, 10a plus b should be equal to 21. So here we have to now solve these two equations, and after solving these two equations we are getting a equal to 2 and b equal to 1. 33 question, examine that sine mod of x is a continue function. Here student, this is composition of two functions. We can write down this function fx as gx equal to sine x and hx equal to mod x. Now g of hx, what is hx? Hx is mod of x, and what is g function? Sine x. So definitely it is sine of mod x, which is equal to fx. So it means fx can be written as composition of two functions like g of hx. Now gx is sine x is continue function. We know very well sine x is a continue function, and hx equal to mod x, again it is modulus function. So again this is also continue function we have seen earlier. So we know that if two functions gx and hx both continue, then their composition is also continue. So students, I hope you must have understood these concepts of continuity. Now please try remaining questions of exercise 5.1 yourself, and don't forget to post comment after watching the complete video, and you have to write down your name, class and section, roll number in the comment box to get the attendance. Thank you very much.